It's Tuesday, 24th of November 2020, and I decided this morning to go for my walk, my good old exercise walk that I do usually when the weather's better. I thought, well, good old Danny Andrews 2 days ago, he said that masks weren't mandatory when outside, only indoors when, in shops and supermarkets, what have you. But you do not need to wear mask whatsoever when outside. So, for God knows how many months we've had idiots, I'll call them idiots, Covidiots. Sorry if you're afraid of the fine, but you're still a Covidiot. Exercising, whatever, walking, running, well, not so much running, but riding their bikes, even idiots driving in their cars, anywhere outside, we're all wearing masks. Well, I thought, by God, after so many months, people will be relieved to take these muzzles off them. So, this was Sunday, 2 days ago. So, yesterday, I'm sure everyone would have been relieved and are now walking outside without masks. And today, definitely 2 days later, the word would have got around 100% that people will be outside without masks. So, at exactly 8:44, I left for my walk, which takes usually 2.25 hours. It's usually I time it about 1 hour, 7 minutes, roughly around there, to get to a point. Then I turn around and come back. So, I made a point of counting how many people would be wearing masks. And I expected a lot of people because it was a beautiful day, a beautiful morning. Not too hot, rather cool actually, but nice. I was not surprised that there was hardly any people. Hardly any people at all as compared to what I usually see. So I started walking down, and the first person I saw, which was not actually on the path, but on in a sort of a, what do you call it, a village, alongside the path which runs on the other side of the creek, there was a guy with a blower, one of those blowers, leaf blower. He was wearing a mask. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was wearing it because he didn't want leaves getting into his face. But this was on his front yard. So anyway, I kept walking, and I guarantee the first three people were wearing masks. I'm trying to remember the conversation. I've actually taped, or sort of filmed, or when I say filmed, I didn't actually film it. It was the audio on my cell phone, which I had in my pocket, and a couple of times it went off because some bloody idiot called me, and it didn't last long because my battery, for some unknown reason, died early. But anyway, I'll put that at the end. From what I remember, there was one person that rode past on a bike with a mask on. Couldn't believe it. And yeah, got to say, I don't know how many people I would have seen without saying that I saw the first person, then I saw him again coming back. I'd say between 30 and 40. Well, in all, I counted 14 people with masks. Probably about 40%. 40%. Many were Asians, which for some reason they seem to have masks glued to their faces. They probably sleep with their masks on, to be honest. Actually, the first guy I walked past, I actually said something to him. He didn't understand a word. He just, you'll hear that in the audio. Then there was a couple. Oh, you got to get this. There was a couple. The woman was wearing a mask and the guy wasn't. I said, what's going on here? You're not going to believe this, but the woman said she wears it because she's got used to it. She's got used to wearing a mask, so she wants to keep wearing it. And I said, it's up to the point where if someone was torturing you and you were getting used to it, would you still continue that even if they said they would stop? It's absurd. But the best one, a woman was coming from the other direction with a dog, a largish dog. She had her mask underneath her chin. Underneath her chin. And I just pointed out, why the mask? She completely ignored me, walked past me, and I turned around. Oh, hello, good morning, Covidiot. And she still ignored me and kept walking. And I'm thinking to myself, well, over the last 3 or whatever months, people have been putting their mask under their chin. Went outside thinking, well, I ain't going to wear a mask because, for whatever reason. The only reason I'm wearing it is because I don't want to get fined, and I'll have it under my chin. And if there's any sign of a police car or a policeman, I'll quickly whack it up and cover my nose and mouth. So for her to be wearing a mask under her chin when there's no fear of any $200 fine is beyond belief. It is beyond belief. Unless she's had it strapped to her chin and she can't remove it. Maybe she needs surgery to remove the mask that's been there for this long. So that was a classic. And you'll hear another Asian couple who I spoke to, I think from Vietnam. And a lot of people keep saying, oh, what about overseas? What about overseas? All the people dying. And I mentioned, about America, 200,000. Yeah, it's been proven that 95% of them underlying health conditions, an average of 2.4 underlying health conditions for these supposed 200,000 that have died. So they die with it and not from it, which we know it's 100% from that. But even the US Health Department or the CDC is claiming that. So that brings the 200,000 down to like 10,000. But that's what the people here in Australia and probably other smaller countries, less populated, they all refer to these countries like America and the shit that happened early in Italy and Iran and of course in China where people supposedly dropped dead, but that's never happened apart from that shit in China. So what was the other experience? Oh yeah, on the way back there were 2 women. I think one was wheeling a pram, or both could be. No, one was wheeling a pram, the other had a dog. And I said, oh, if I see another masked person, I'll go crazy. And they laughed at me. And I think the comment was something like, I think it's about the transition, the transition. I said, what? Transition? We were told 2 days ago. What bloody transition? If you're told you don't need a mask, you don't wear it. It's not like you're going to wear it for a few days that, and decide, oh, I'll take it off now because there's a transition period of a week. Anyway, I said a few things. Then she said, you're talking to the wrong people. We're nurses. I thought, oh, my God. And I think I said about the V word, how they're going to be taking it and something, and it'll be just saline. And she said something about conspiracy theory, and I said, goodbye. Anyway, they were the main ones. There was another one on a bike. And the other thing is I tried to count was how many face masks I could see just laying on the ground. Just laying on the ground. I counted 4. 4 of those, those blue ones, the shitty blue ones. And I'm thinking, I actually spoke to a few people and said, in a pandemic, if someone dropped a face mask like that, which could be covered in a deadly virus, they'd get 10 years in prison. And there's no way known that they would just allow face masks lying on walkways or anywhere in front of shopping centres, on pavements, even on beaches. There's no way known that it'd be allowed. As we know, they should be put into a biohazard bin, which they're not. And the thing is that when I was walking on the creek, there was a lot of council workers clearing up the edges of the creek because they've had a bit of rain a few days ago, and the creek's actually sort of nearly flooded. And it's spread out into the reeds, into the grassy area. And they were more concerned about cleaning that up than picking up any masks. So there's my story there. And just quickly after that, I thought I'd drive to the supermarket, to Coles, to see if anything's changed. Nothing's changed. Everyone was still wearing a mask, getting out of the cars into the supermarket, because we're supposed to do that anyway. But what I thought, if you came out of the supermarket, the first thing you do is rip your mask off. But no, I noticed just about everyone went to the car, put their things in the car, sat in their car, and most of them took their mask off. But yeah, they waited till they got in the car to drive away to take their mask off. Inside, the one experience I had, I saw a woman and a could be husband, I don't know, partner. They were in the aisle, and I went around and I said to the woman, they were both not wearing masks. I said, "Can I ask you a question?" She said, "Yeah, okay." I said, "Any reason you're not wearing a mask?" And she quickly pulled up a mask, which was underneath, which I didn't see. I said, "No, don't worry. I'm not an inspector or anything. I think it's great that you're not wearing a mask." And she said, "Yeah, it's bloody ridiculous." And I thought, "Oh, fantastic." And I said a few things to her, and yeah, she thanked me. But just going back to the walk, I think one of the last persons I saw, I told them about the mask, and yep, they took it off, and I was so wrapped. I think there was 2 people that actually took them off because of what I told them. So there was my day, my first day of walking. I'll do this again tomorrow. I'll make sure my battery's charged up a bit more and see what else. See if the transition period has expired and there's no one wearing a bloody mask, walking, getting fresh air on the walking track along the creek near my place. Let's hope so. Because, oh my God, like the title of the video, you don't need a tattoo of the word Covidiot on your forehead. All you need to see is people wearing a mask. Because now we know the difference from those who actually think there's a real bullshit, a real virus, and to those who actually were scared to be fined. But we know the ones that are still wearing the mask are the complete Covidiots, who are the ones putting us in this mess. Yep. If they weren't doing this, we wouldn't be in this mess. But yeah, the governments, the controlled governments, are loving those people. They're doing the work for them. They're the ones probably snitching neighbours, that are doing the wrong thing, not wearing a mask, not social distancing, what have you. Anyway, so let's check out what happens tomorrow. Nice day.
Bye.
Nice day. You're not wearing a mask, that's good. No mask.
Aye.
These people are still wearing masks. They're crazy. Woman come before, she's got mask on.
Oh.
What for? Why are you wearing a mask?
I got high fever.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not worried about this COVID bullshit?
Yeah.
No.
You don't have to wear it.
I got high fever.
Oh, you want the fresh air, mate. You don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Please take it off. Man, 2 people covered. Their noses, the whole face. What the fuck? Good morning. Can I just ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
You walk,
Yeah.
and before you used to wear a mask,
Yeah.
but you're not wearing one now because you don't have to.
Yeah.
But 6 people so far are still wearing masks.
Yeah.
I think, what's going on? There's a woman walking a dog, she had it under her chin. And I said, "Why are you wearing that?" And she just ignored me and just walked. I said, "Oh, well, hello. Why wear it under the chin?"
Yeah.
People wear it under the chin because they're afraid. They say, "Oh, I couldn't put it up. I don't want to get fined."
No.
But there's no reason to get fined now, and she's walking still with it under her chin. What's happened to the world? These 2 people here just walked past, both covering the noses. Can I ask why you're wearing a mask and he's not? Why are you wearing a mask?
Because I get used to it,
Used to it?
Yeah.
Don't get used to it. It's shocking.
No, for me it's okay.
Husband and wife? No, you got to breathe the fresh air. That's why we're walking. You're breathing in your own carbon dioxide. It's going to kill you.
I know.
There's no virus. It's bullshit. This is all criminal. Please take it off. Have a good day.
Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, that's why my heart sometimes it gets.
Because of the mask.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's the reason.
But we were told you don't have to wear now, and you're still
but
wearing
just
one.
because I get used to it.
Don't get used to not wearing it, please. Let's get back to normal. This is all bullshit.
No, but there's.
Our life is going to change completely because of these criminals. When they give you the vaccine. You know you can't fly anywhere unless you get the vaccine.
Yeah, no.
And that doesn't care if it's mandatory or not. You won't be able to go shopping. You won't be able to get a job. They want the vaccine.
Yeah, I think that's what.
You don't know what's in the vaccine.
Yeah, I know.
Vaccines take years to develop. Why do we need a vaccine? No one's dying. Why do we need a vaccine? You explain why we need a vaccine.
No, because so many people died
Where?
in other countries.
No, that's all bullshit. That was all bullshit. 95% in America and Italy were from other causes, from heart attack, from cancer, but they put COVID there. COVID. They say they died with COVID, not from COVID. You know that? You might be 3 heart attacks, then you die.
No, but
Then they say
in my country, in the Philippines, so many.
no, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's the flu. It's the flu. Everyone dies from the flu every year. They just change the name. Flu, COVID, same thing. It's the biggest bullshit in history. They want all the middle class destroyed. They don't want any small businesses. They want communism. You know what communism is? Socialist. They want everyone to look to the government to get their little bit of money. If you don't behave, no money. No money.
That's the only thing. In my country, so many cases of COVID.
I don't believe that. 99.5% of test positive, runny nose. That's all. That's all it is. There's no what. Do you know anyone that's died? Do you know anyone?
In my country?
No, here. That died really from it. I've seen 7 people so far still wearing a mask. You're number 8. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Take that mask off.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.